Hey, it's Kim. Thanks for joining me on today's video. Today's video is going to be it's going to be a Q1 review of my planning / journaling system. Now, I pulled out everything and I think everybody's here. The gang's all accounted for. And I hesitate sometimes to do these types of videos primarily because I feel like nothing's changed or nothing is that monumental, right? So I'm like, if nothing is that monumental, like I didn't change into a completely different planner size, shape, system, everything's still the same. You know, like, do we really need a full video? But maybe we do. I kind of liken it to, you know, if you're in corporate and it's like this meeting could have really been an email, you know, like we didn't have to meet for an actual hour to discuss this. You could have just sent out an infographic or something, but maybe I'm just in my feelings about corporate America. But I do feel like a video is kind of cool just to talk through all of the ideas and the feelings that you have regarding your entire planner system, how it's working together, how it's working for you, how it's not working for you. So that's what I'm doing today. And I guess by the end of it, we will determine whether it's really necessary. Here we go. All right, so the first thing is my daily planner, which shows up on my channel constantly, always. And it's the Sterling ink in one. You've seen it when I did all of my setup videos and everything. It is currently in a different cover, which we will talk about. I feel like that doesn't need an entire video, but maybe like a reel or YouTube short about it would be cool. So it's in a different cover. And inside of here, not to give you too much information, I do have just the planner as well as another insert that I use for notes and budgeting and things like that. And the only reason why I have it all in here is because this cover is huge, and yeah, that's why. That's the only reason why, not because I need it. Now, I will say this. I won't take you through the whole thing, but this is the Moterm Standard Traveler's Notebook Companion or something. I feel like that's the name. I have a previous reel when I was comparing this to my usual VDS Nomad, and I was comparing the sizes and everything. And my main gripe with this has always been the fact that it feels huge. I feel like it is like huge. I don't need a cover that's this big. And I like my covers to fit very compact, which is why I even included this other insert into here. I honestly don't need to have it in here, but I needed to take up some space, because otherwise this would feel like the planner, which is already huge in and of itself, would be floating around in here. So that's why it's all in here. But I decided to give this one a chance. I decided to pull it out. Really though, I want a VDS Nomad in undyed leather. So I'm kind of trying this out in its place. This is not undyed. This is not a comparable substitute for undyed. I actually, fun fact, don't love the color of this leather. I don't typically like browns that are reddish, orangey-ish. It's not my vibe. Why did I buy this? I don't know. I think it was primarily because I have the Moterm vegetable tan leather in a number of other colors. So I don't have black because I already had the black Nomad, so I didn't want to get that. I do have a couple of things in the brown, which I love. This is the espresso, I believe. I have a week size cover in the chestnut. I knew I didn't want that. And then their apricot is not comparable in my eyes, in my opinion, to like an undyed leather. So I knew I didn't want that color. So I kind of just settled onto this honey. And this was back when they first released it. Because if at that time they had that dune color, which is more of a taupe, like brownish, grayish kind of color, I would have gotten that one. But anyway, we're here, and I thought about like putting this up on a buy sell trade group, but then I didn't because I don't like selling things. So I decided to just use it because it's in my stash. I will see how I like it. So that was a long drawn out explanation of why I'm in this. Anyway, About my planner, my daily planner, nothing has changed. It is the same. I still love it. I'm using it in the same exact way. You can see those videos on my channel. So there's nothing really to update about this in particular. Oh, I will say though that I have been trying out a different weekly, and in my March planner flip, which just posted before this video post, you will see all the spreads that I had done for March, and you'll have seen that I started using this, what I'm calling the Nulty layout. I've been doing that for March and liking it. My usual timetable or timeline layout is like this, which I've been using for the past couple of years, but I'm switching it up just to see how much I like a different kind of layout. So that will be an update for my daily planner. Aside from how she's dressed on the outside, that's an update for the inside. And then my my faith planner. So this one stays pretty much the same, pretty much consistent. I do have the video showing all of the things that I have inside of here. The first insert is my prayer journal, sort of. That's what I'm calling it. And then the second insert is the monthly, the Travelers Company monthly. And I was using this for the first couple of months to write out the scripture reading plans that I came across. And I just Googled these or found them on Pinterest based on a certain topic. And then they give you a scripture to read for each day. So I was writing down what those scriptures are on the monthly layout. And then in the weekly insert, that's where I've been writing out some of those scriptures, as well as some notes that I might have from Bible studies or things that I like to go back and study a little later on. Now, I'm feeling a little burnt out on this. So I don't think I want to do this for April. It's currently April 3rd. So obviously I need to, figure something out for April. But I'm not doing this for April with the whole daily scriptures. So I don't know exactly how I'm going to be using this insert for the month or this insert for the month of April, because I'm doing a topical study, and that's actually in my other planner or faith planner that I have not pulled out. Let me go grab that. So things that are for like topical studies, I have inside of here. This is an A5 cover. I've shown this in videos in the past on my channel, and it has two A5 notebooks in it. This is actually a Hobonichi Day Free, and this is a Hobonichi notebook. And I do different things in each of these. But when I'm studying something, it primarily goes into this notebook. So this is where I've been writing down notes or ideas or things regarding the topic that I'm currently studying in the month of April. So that's why I don't really know how this is going to fit in, these inserts. Will I want to do a daily scripture reading? I don't know. Or I'm thinking I do read a devotional every day. So maybe I could do something regarding that devotional in here. I think that's a good idea, actually. Maybe I'll do that for April. But that is the update for my faith planner. Things are going well. We're going strong. Side note, I did see that Baumkuchen released a fragile stamp. It's very similar to the fragile charm that I have from them on here, and I feel like it would fit perfectly here. So I'm really tempted to order that to get it to go there. Otherwise, we don't have a lot of space on here, maybe for some smaller patches that I might fill in, but I haven't added anything yet. I am tempted to add that fragile stamp there. We'll see if that happens eventually. And then the next one that I did have out, which I was actually using just before I turned on the camera, is my business planner. So this I do have a video on. I'll link all the videos that I have for these specific planners and journals. I'll link them down below and up in the cards. And there are a few that require update videos, and this will be one of them. So I have the Take a Note planner that's in here. And in that introductory video, I was going over how I might use all of these spreads and how, you know, the different ways I think they could be useful, yada, yada, yada. But now I have kind of settled into a groove of how I'm using it. And I would like to share that information with you and show you how it's working for me as it relates to business. I also do put social media things in here, well, YouTube things in here as well. And then the second part of that setup is an A5 Stylogy that I'm using for business notes and all that. And I do also have like a monthly spread for videos and social media stuff. So that goes in here along with a whole bunch of other notes. And I will do an updated video on this one very soon. Hopefully that will be coming out in a couple of weeks. But the system, as I have set it up since the beginning of the year, is working well. And I say working well because when I set it up at the beginning of the year, I had no idea how I would be using this planner. Now it would kind of, you know, flow into my daily life and how I prefer to plan for my businesses because I had never used this planner before. So, and I also never really used this 2-book system necessarily. So it's working well, and I will have a video covering how it's working for me very soon. The next one that I think is pretty easy and straightforward is my journal. This is in the Prada Travelers Company cover, and it's set up the exact same way it has been in that initial video, and I still love it. It is still, you know, very functional for me. Oh, I do still also have this insert, this Yosaka insert, and it is still blank. I haven't decided to add anything to it as of yet. And yeah, it's the same. It's not going to change. And that's that. So that is like a non-update, I would say. But I guess the good thing about this update is that it's still around and I'm still using it to journal nearly every day. The next one, which I did do a recent video on, is my companion planner, and things are still the same in my companion planner. I use it mostly at the moment for home stuff, like home management things. And I do have some areas in here that I'd like to add to, specifically the finances area, which I did talk about that in the previous video that I have. So I'm still working on setting up a lot of those trackers and a lot of that information in here. Obviously, that is personal. Those finance, you know, numbers and things. So it's not something I would necessarily flip through, but the companion planner is still working very well for me. I switched out the cover for my daily planner. I was thinking about switching out for my companion planner. I'm not quite sure. I have a Giglio personal wide in Epoca Burgundy that I love, 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 love. Just about as much as I love this cover. So I'm thinking about switching into that one. I might. We will see about that. But everything is pretty much the same. If you want more details about the inserts and everything in here, I will link that video for you. All right, what else do we got? Oh, so my everyday carry, as I'm calling it, I've been using it for my consulting business, and I've been using the Nolte 1180 for those weekly items for the consulting business, as well as some things that I need to note on the monthly. It's very bare bones, very straightforward, nothing special. And in here I have the passport size common planner. Now, this is something that's going to change. I feel like, and I said this before in the previous video, I don't need this. I don't need it. I just kind of set it up because I had it. And I've been itching to get back into my pocket rings. I have an ostrich pocket rings from VDS that I would like to get back into. I do have a video about it. I'll link it. And I could put this book in there along with a few inserts on the rings in there. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I figured it out in my brain how that's going to work. Just have to sit down and do it. So that will be an update for this one, and there will be an actual video regarding that. But otherwise, things are working out well enough as I intended it to. But this common planner passport to be used for me as an everyday carry is unnecessary. It's like way too much space, way too many pages. I don't need all of that. All right, so this one is my health planner, and I do have videos about this. I still love it just as much as I did when I started it back in 2023 and carried it over into 2024. We are still going strong. The love remains. I do want to do an update video about this though, because I did update a few things back in the notes, things that weren't set up previously. So we'll go over all of that together and give it a dedicated video. Also, I feel like I want to do that around the same time that I will be finished with my current training program. I'm currently training for a half marathon. So when that's over, we're going to switch to a new training program. So it would be helpful or beneficial for others who have something similar, like a health and fitness tracker, to see how that is switched over, or some different ideas to track other kinds of training programs. So this is still going strong. The love still remains. I still love it. That's the update for this one. And oh, the two others. So there are two more that I do have here. And I think this is it. I always feel like I didn't pull out everything that I need to pull out, but I think I'm just looking around. I think this is it. I think this is everything. So this is a 2024 Hobonichi Cousin that I've been using as a goal planner. And this is just something that's new, something that's different for me. It is evolving. It is not ready for its debut yet necessarily, but it's something that I've been having a lot of fun with, and I am going to show it on the channel. It's just not time yet. So this is kind of like an honorable mention that it is coming. It will be shown soon enough. And then the next one, and I did show you the cover. This is the zip cover from Moterm in the vegetable tan leather, the A5 size. This is my reading journal, which we've seen on the channel. We have not really seen it for 2024 because we've been going through some things. We, as in me, I have not really been into reading much this year. I didn't even finish my books of 2023 spread. I do track when I read and what I read on the notes app in my phone. So it's easy enough for me to come back in here and like backfill, but I just have not been into reading. I've been in a reading slump for the past like 3 to 4 months, and I'm not out yet. I hope to be out. And I explained in that lessons learned video from a couple of months ago that this is something that I really love. I actually really love my reading journal. So it's something I am going to devote time to, you know, getting back into my routine and getting back into the flow. This is not something that I want to abandon. There have been other things I've started and abandoned over the years / months, and I'm okay with abandoning them, like I actively chose to. But my reading journal is something that I do not wish to abandon. So I got to do some stuff to get the reading love back, and that's what I'm working on. So I think that covers all of my planners and journals for 2024 and how they have not changed for the first quarter of the year. Everything is pretty much the same. Everything I am still loving. There are some adjustments that I may make, you know, like whether it's to covers, for instance, and also what I decide to track and to keep in the planners / journals themselves. And nothing is really going away necessarily. I feel like the one that'll get the biggest update or makeover is going to be my everyday carry, because we're switching from a bound book to rings. So you'll see how that works. I mean, like I said, I was in rings before, so you can see what that looked like, but it's going to be a combo of rings and a bound book, because I'm still going to be carrying my, planner here, the Nolte 1180, for my consulting business with the rings. So that is the update on all of my planners and journals through quarter number 1. We have some things coming and some plans for change that will be taking place during quarter 2, which I will definitely update you all on and have videos accordingly and all of that. So I thank you for joining me for this little chat. Maybe it could have just been an email, but maybe this actual meeting was necessary. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But it did help me to kind of hash some things out in my mind about what I want to do, what's working, what's not. I mean, I decided to switch to a different cover for this one. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that. So this has helped me to talk through it, and I truly do appreciate you being here to listen to me blab on about my planners and my journals. If you have any questions about anything I've shown, please feel free to ask them down below, and I will link all of the videos that I mentioned. And again, I thank you so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.